Hey, it's me. I decided to sit in my chair to see you. I always see y'all. I don't know why y'all think I can't see y'all. I'm not the only one being seen. I'm your nosy neighbor lady. It's your nosy neighbor lady show. And you all know more than I know about Fanita and Mecca. These are TikTok influencers that are going through some type of kerfuffle. And the question I got for me, thinking about being a ghettoologist, hoodologist, trapologist, retired of sorts, or whatever I am, because I'm a black woman, so I'm crazy. But really, how do you get over the bitterness? How do you get over resentment? How do you get over the resentment or anger or frustration you have with knowing that the black community failed black women? Or you personally as a black woman? Or me as the black woman that I am, because this is really what I'm going through. Because we know often over here I say, first you're hurt, then you get angry because you don't know how to process your hurt or your sadness or your disappointment that you might not ever find a black man to marry. Some of you all might not ever have children by a black man. Some of you all might not ever had a black father in your home. Some of you all might have had brothers that weren't there for you. And then also the resentment of having sisters that might not be there for you. Me and my sister falling out or fell out, but my sister was always there for me. But do I resent or hate that we don't have a relationship now? Of course I do. Or knowing that your coworker at your job doesn't have your back and she's a black woman. Knowing that your mom, you might have a volatile relationship. Now, of course, this is not all some. Of course, if you have good black women relationships, good black woman relationships. I'm not gonna say good black men relationship because we know it's a lot of caping going on and a lot of capping. Okay, but it's just like, how do you move on? How do you not get angry and bitter? Because with the Fanita and the Mecca, it's like, oh, black women, make sure you don't be angry, or black women don't be frustrated, or black women don't get mad, or black women don't step outside of your character. When we know that people police and shame black women for having any type of feelings, because we're the strong black woman, so you can't be sad, you can't be hurt, you can't be confused. Oh, she has attitude. Maybe I'm just like, what's going on? I could be saying not what, but like what's going on? I'm confused. I'm curious. Black women are not allowed to emote, and that's why it's always been about black women feelings and black women stories and what black women think of themselves. What do I think of myself? What do you think of yourself? So we know that people don't want to hear black women's stories. People want to invalidate black women's stories. We know that if you're thinking wholesome and about other races of women too, women as a whole are not believed when they say something. We know that. I think you all, but we haven't been here like that. But my neighbors, you all, come on now, wake up. It's coffee. We're up. We're outside. But I didn't write nothing down. I took some pictures though about how to get over this resentment and bitterness, but also, is it okay for you to be angry or resentful? And I'm gonna take it to religion. I'm not totally religious anymore, but some people say it was a vengeful God. I don't know the scripture, but when they walked in the desert for 40 years as punishment and died in the desert for not listening to God. So if they died in the desert and God didn't let them see the promised land because they weren't listening, that's a vengeance of sorts. That's a chastisement of sorts. When they say people chastise kids, as you should if you're a real parent, and if you believe in Christ or Jesus or God, he chastises his children, which are his believers, so that they will learn and do better in the future. So that relates to this, because I think that you have to express your feelings and be angry and get it out, because if you bottle it all up, it's going to come out in unhealthy ways. And I think it's black women who are not allowed to feel, because we are the providers and the protectors in Blackistan, whether y'all want to admit it or not. Don't fight me, because I ain't in that conversation. I say, well, I say it now. That's say what I say. We're not tussling, wrestling, none of that for that. So while y'all providing and protecting, you cannot provide and protect for yourself, your feelings, your emotions, your past, your present, your future. What does that look like? You're not allowed to think for you. So while you're thinking about everybody else and caring for everybody else and putting everybody else's needs first, your needs are on the back burner. Therefore, you can become resentful because your needs were never met. You become bitter because nobody ever thought about you to call you on your birthday, or nobody ever called you when you was in the hospital, or when you needed a few dollars, ain't nobody got it. It's the ghettoology for me, girl. It's a curse and a blessing. But it's like, I think black women should be allowed to get bitter or get angry or get enraged. That girl, I want to say Fatima, but Fanita, I was happy she said what she said and feel how she felt, because I felt like she was getting free. Or even anything, Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, they always say you have to identify the problem. If you just ignore and act like it didn't happen and gloss over it, you're not identifying the problem. So if it comes up again and you get mad again or hurt again or whatever, you didn't never identify it, so you don't even know why you mad or hurt. So it's just like, I think anger should be there. I think it should. But how do you get over the bitterness or the resentment? Let's look at what I wrote. But I also took a picture of the emotion wheel. I thought about that today while at work. Some at work reminded me of it, and I took a picture of the emotion wheel and how do these different emotions show up and what do they look like, and how can we get into all of that, I guess, like we used to do or did do, and all I could do is try to entertain you. But whether it's not, whatever, we more educational in the entertainment. The entertainment is just the spice of life. But they say when you're angry, which is one of the center pillars, they have hurt. So when you're hurt, you're embarrassed and devastated. How can I be embarrassed because I'm hurt? Because you feel like a fool. Period. When you're angry, you feel threatened. They say that lead to jealousy and insecurity. But threatened as in, I'm not good enough, I'm not valuable enough. So I could see that. And jealous. Insecurity leads to jealousy and envy, of course. We know that. When you're angry, you can be hateful because you feel violated and you're furious. Back to anger. Violated, resentful, aggressive, provoked, hostile, frustrated, distant, withdrawn, suspicious, skeptical, sarcastic. Critical and sarcasm and skepticism go together. Because me, I'm very sarcastic. I could be angry with you all and not curse y'all out. Or I could be angry with y'all and curse y'all out, but I could just be sarcastic because that's my defense mechanism. Oh, you're going to do this, huh? La, la, la. I know I'm sarcastic. But you're skeptical, you're suspicious of black men, you're suspicious and skeptical of black women, as I am of black people. And how do I live in the world going forward that I'm skeptical, suspicious, and scared that these people will try to hurt me, whether it's violently or just emotionally. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we need to do something with this. But it's just like, you all... Let's get to these, another thing. But they say how to cope with disappointment. I looked up how to cope with disappointment and how to cope with bitterness. But they say acknowledge the process, your feelings. We talked about that. Take time to reflect. Memory. Whether you played the role or they played the role. We did that. Be kind to yourself. We don't do that enough. We definitely need to do that. Give ourselves a break. You say, I always mess up. Then you say, but I always mess up to get back up. Like, I always mess up, but I always get it right after that. Or I'm just a goofball. Like, even me, I'll be like, Dad, you always messing up. But then I'll be like, you always been clumsy, though. And then, too, that's how you learn, though. So you engage in your support network, which we don't have. I advise any black woman to join a Patreon if you're a Singeer or a Dzer or whoever Patreon you like to grow and nurture you. If you're a Paris Milan, where you can be free to talk about your emotions and be vulnerable. If I don't know how they run their Patreon, but I think it's important for black women to find groups online. Like Lisa Nichols, she got a tribe. She called hers her tribe. I think it's important for black women to find tribes online. I haven't found one yet. I don't know if I ever will. Or the bitterness and anger or resentment of me not feeling like I got my flowers. But I did get my other flowers. I sent the video where the girl say, I do not like black women. So y'all know them was my flowers back around. I say they know they love me and can't stop loving on me. Even when I want to get away, I can't get away. They pulling me back. Y'all know, but I don't want to be arrogant. Because I'm not arrogant. But I've been known to be. But anyway, challenge negative thought patterns. That means tell yourself something different. You think something negative, think a positive, okay? Just period. So, but networks, we don't have them in real life, and we know that. We don't get along with black women in real life, and if we do, we might not trust them enough with our feelings for fear of judgment, okay? Avoid dwelling on your disappointment for too long. Don't stay mad too long. Don't be sad too long. Don't be hurt too long, because it'll become a pattern in your mind when they be talking about synopsis in your brain patterns, when they show them things like this the same track. It go this way. Open up a new track to think a new way, to be counter that argument that you're telling you. I'm not good enough. Well, I was good enough yesterday. I went to work. I got some gas. I fed myself. I didn't do anything dangerous, or I didn't commit any crime. So it's a win for me. And some people might feel like, oh, that's a little trivial. You should do that anyway. When you're in a broken place, you start where you are, as I do. My girl, you know what? You didn't drink today, or you didn't pig out today, or you did clean your room. The other house might be dirty, but you did clean your room. Like, you got to find your thing. You got to find what's yours, okay? We always try to make it personable. Me and my neighbors, we always try to bring it down home, but pray for them in your heart if you're a prayer, and focus on improving yourself. And think about those you resent positively. Oh, this the bitterness list. Okay, yeah. We done with the angry list. Meet with a therapist to build coping skills. I said, and avoid dwelling on this. Okay, and the last one was meeting with your therapist. So that's how to cope with disappointment, which I think these are blackest thing. You're hurt because you're black, and you thought there was some black power, or there's some. Well, I still think it's a black girl magic. Don't touch that. If you ain't got it, it hasn't come to you yet. You don't deserve it. You haven't earned it, okay? No. No. We're not finna do the witches and the wardrobes and the warlocks. But how to get over resentment, bitterness, consider the steps. Recognize the value of forgiveness and how it can improve your life. They say, long time ago, I read a quote. Forgiveness does not make the other person right. It makes you free. Y'all know me. I say sorry. I apologize. People don't take it or feel like I'm genuine. I don't care, because I don't have that type of time. I'm sorry for whatever you think I did, or whatever I did do, or yes, I did it to save friendships and families. I did it as long as I could. So I think if you have a good friendship or family or whatever you want to sacrifice, say you sorry, because they only still gonna do the same thing, or say it was you again next time when it wasn't. So you just gonna be in the gaslighting of this black stand. Identify what needs to be healed and what you want to forgive. So we did that on the last one. Join a support group or see a counselor. Last one. Acknowledge your emotions about the harm done to you. See, what y'all don't do is recognize that you were the victim. You all don't know that harm was done to you. A lot of y'all have this shame and guilt that it's your fault. It's not your fault. A lot of it's not. Even though black woman, she. Blackistan is trained on she, black mama, black sister, black daughter, baby mama. All the women always did something, providing and protecting, but they told you were doing something else. So, whatever, take what you want. I'll leave it all behind. Recognize how those emotions affect your behavior and work to release them. Behaviors, patterns, thoughts, words, things that you do. Your addictions, your thought patterns, but no more what you do, as in, do you talk on the phone and keep shit going? Do you be on the internet keeping shit going? Well, how is this showing up in your life? Is it showing up sexually, as in you're promiscuous? Is it showing up in isolation where you don't trust or want to see anybody? These are behaviors that, are we eating a lot of food? Are we gambling? Or whatever your addiction is. Um, Addicted to tearing people down and making them feel bad. I think it's an addiction. So choose to forgive the person who offended you. We did that. Let go of grudges. Grudges are, I don't think letting go of grudges or forgiving people mean that you have to see them every day. We've been talking about that, other black women, over and over again. Forgiveness do not mean we got to hang out every day. We got to call every day. We got to hang out. Our relationship changed, and they changed it. And you set a boundary, and that's okay. So focus on improving yourself. They say that, and pray for this from your heart. So this must be from the same people. Did the other one say pray for it? No, this was what we read when I thought we was on the other one. But I hope that helps. Think positive about those you resent. Think about the good times. I think that's what helped me move on a lot, even with my cousin and my sisters. And even when I like, they did this, and I'd be like, they did this. But then I'd be, when I'm on my lives, I'm like, they did X, Y, Z. But then I'm like, but then we did this. It was so much fun. Wait, I think crying is important. I think crying is deserved. I think that black women don't know how to cry and don't want to cry because black men cry more for you. So he gets to cry, but you don't because you hold him and provide and protect for him. But definitely get in some groups or some channels or some TikTok people where you feel comfortable talking or talk to somebody one-on-one. Ms. DZ, I always say she do one-on-ones. Me... Y'all can talk to me, but really I'm getting away from y'all. I'm blocking y'all. So I'm not the best confidant right now because I'm burnt out. So that's not me, but I don't know what Tanya do, whether you like the lies or not, but I feel like if you can get somewhere, I feel like, I don't know what no black woman channel doing, but I think Patreons, they should allow y'all to be more free in them. I'm hoping. Or if it's the TikTok girls, go with them and be with them. Or if you could find a group in your city of real working, trying to heal black women, you should definitely go there. I think you should go there. And I think you should do that. Even Samantha Cooker was on her channel like, if you have a brand or something, let's get it on here and I'll make the thing, or you can make it, or I'll do the voiceover or whatever. Like, she's really trying to help black women because she know the power of her platform and she know that y'all got power and she trying to help y'all from her heart. But that's just saying, so if y'all get with circles and people y'all can talk, even like us, we talk, but y'all don't talk back. But y'all kind of heal my life with y'all mind. We think we all on the same wavelength. I'm y'all teacher. So, and there's times I've been a student, so. But, and sometimes you can see your situations in me, but not fully because it's a one-way conversation. This is a monologue. It's a dialogue in our energies and minds now that I'm not really an energy girl, but I can say that and understand what that means now, how we move in sync in rhythm. We've been healing and talking about black women issues for so long. Like, we're so much farther than anybody could imagine. It's time to live your best life. Time to go touch the grass. Time to get action steps moving, make your life better. But I don't think nothing wrong with being angry, bitter, or vengeful. I have not been vengeful in my life. Everything people did to me, I didn't do nothing back. And not every single time. Never, they say never say never and never say always. But one thing I did do, the majority of the time I turned the other cheek and it just never worked for me or happened for me. And I might want to be in my villain era. Y'all did villain era. So can black women do a villain era? Or we got to be another race of women for y'all to let us be a villain? Villain era, I didn't know what it was then, but y'all was doing something about it back in the day. So maybe I'm in my villain era. So while y'all being beautiful and wonderful you, I hope this video came together, but it felt like it did. Did it feel like a pattern and a groove? Yeah. And the girl Fanita and the girl Mac. I'm not going to update and watch, but I did a video on the live, but I saw it last night. But it just brought me to this video. The root of bitterness, and do we want it to grow, and do we care if it grow? Like, I'm ready for mine to grow. I'm trying to see will my villain give me some money, because being nice and kind really didn't get me nowhere, or no more money. We did black women morality. So hopefully you all type in black women morality or moral police and moral or morality. I think we did too, if I'm not mistaken. But people are always trying to make you feel bad as a black woman for how you feel, and telling you how to feel, and telling you what you should say, and telling you what you should believe and what you should do. But nobody really is helping, though. They just telling you. So it's just like, I've been me for a long time, so it was kind of working out for me. So I really don't need nobody help unless it's monetary. So while y'all being bankable and monetary value, value and worth, value and worth. No, this cough drop right here, but I feel like we just hit the ball out the park. That's all I got. And I love y'all and I don't like y'all. And I want the best for y'all. And y'all enjoy y'all weekend. So stay beautiful, smart. Set yourself apart. Stay wonderful. Stay smart, beautiful, wonderfully you. And find yourself still, I guess. So I don't care. I'm finding mine. I'm gonna get to mine.